Please. Welcome back to the series. We're doing mental health as movement health. And today we're going to be looking at Taiji moving meditation. We're going to be looking at the yin and the yang, the cycling of growth, birth, growth, life, and then the death cycle, the birth cycle, growth cycle, and then the death cycle, birth cycle, growth, death, in our repetition of Tai Chi movement. And we're also aligning to the circadian rhythm as we do sunset and sunrise movement. Now, what we're talking about when we look at mental health is the effect of the body's movement and the opportunity that the body offers to give us a sense and idea of and I hesitate using the word control, but agency of the mind, agency over the mind and the psychology and the emotion and the landscape therein. We talked previously about yin dimension and yang dimension, yin being the immaterial and yang being the material. However, synchronistically, the yin is possibly most substantial in the unseen than the yang, where you do see it, and it's possibly the most insubstantial in the sense that it's on its death and birth cycle faster. But I only say that because when we look at the health of the mind, we can't separate the body, the fact that our own body has its own life and death cycle. So when it comes to the concepts of death, the body's death, the ego's death, the conceptual self and its death, that can be very challenging, and that's something that informs how we live. And so the Buddhists and the Taoists have a little bit of contrasting approaches to health and well-being. The Buddhist well-being is achieve enlightenment and disregard, almost neglect the body as this just decomposing sack of meat, where the Taoists were more of, if you can nourish and care for the body, then you have more years potentially to cultivate your spiritual growth and enlightenment, because the importance of the body as a vessel to focus your spiritual enlightenment pursuit. So just think about those things as we embark on this journey of this Tai Chi movement, okay? So sunrise and sunset. Let's go through the arm movements first. Simple circle, sunrise, palm faces away, you show the light, and down, gather energy, light, circle, sun rising, sun reaches its max, and the sun starts to set. Let's do one more. We can add the breath component, breath regulation. Inhale. And exhale. Remember, we're looking for that theta shift, right? Because within each session, we want to facilitate the semi-sleep state, the theta brainwave state. exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Once we achieve that theta shift, we want to maintain that theta shift. Inhale. And exhale. And then we want to create the conditions so as to sustain the relaxed state, the meditative state, the semi-sleep state. Now, we're going to engage in a walking meditation as we do this sunrise and sunset. So what we're going to do is just do a little bit of side step. Close, open, side step. Close, open, side step. Close, open, side step. Close. And I'm maintaining upright position while bending the knees. Close, side step. Close, side step. Close, side step. Close. Now, when it comes to yin and yang and Tai Chi, Tai Chi is so beautiful in expressing yin and yang. Anytime you contract to the center, that's yin, closing, preparing for birth, and then exhaling, opening, expanding. That's our life cycle. And then we reach its max, like anything that blooms, any tree, any flower, any fruit, and then its season completes. Its season is over. Expressing yang, yin, closing. Recycling, it's all it is recycling, coming back to center. Contracting, here's gathering. Going to the roots, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now remember, adding Qigong principles, we want to move from the center. We want to incorporate the breathing. We want to maintain relaxation and move slow and continuous. Now, let's get into our walking using these foot and hand movements that we just practice. So I'm facing at a 45 now so that I can sidestep, and then I can shift, and then I can turn my feet, bring my feet together, sidestep, zigzagging in a way, turning my feet, bringing the feet together, sidestep, again, that's the zigzag, turning the toe heel there, bringing the feet together, sidestep. Now we're going to incorporate the hands with that, okay? So if you want to mirror me, you're going to turn to your right in a 45-degree angle. Now, the front hand, your left, is going to be doing the circling as you step with your left out. The right hand can stay out to the side almost for balance, or it can touch the abdomen to remind yourself to breathe. So you'll want to figure out what's best for you. I'm going to put my hand at the side. So I'm going to bend my knees, and I'm going to start to scoop my hand, understanding that the yin is growing. Now yang starts to grow, sidestepping and rotating The body, sun shining, yang reaching its max, and then that's going to set, and I'm slowly transitioning to step forward, inhaling, preparing now the other hand and leg, side step, scooping, sunrise, sunset, turning the feet, transitioning to feet together, scooping the hand, knees stay bent, side step. If you haven't added the breath yet, that's okay. We're going to show you how to do that. Bring the hands to the side. As you start to step in, notice my hand is starting to prepare for the sunrise. Side step, rotating the body. Sun is shining, the weather is sweet. Down. Good. For the sake of continuity, remember, slow, smooth, and continuous, we're going to take our back leg and we're going to swing it across, and we're going to rotate, turn to face the other wall, and let that sun rise and then set, and then bring the feet together. So Tai Chi, and even with Qigong, we want to maintain slow, smooth, and continuous energy and movement. This is going to help us build the moving meditation and embody the principles and the benefits of the theta state and the calmness and the ease and the relaxation. Inhale, gather, prepare, exhale, yang, down. Very simple Tai Chi movement, but profound and deep so long as you maintain it. And slowly build. Inhale, feet together. Exhale, yin and yang. You want to embody the cycles because you want to fully understand and comprehend, not just in the intellect, but in the body, about growth and about death and about eventual recycling back to nature, where we all come from. Again, the back leg's going to just swing across. I'm going to rotate. Try to maintain your zigzag stepping, so when you bring the feet together, oriented to the wall that you're walking toward, your 45-degree angle. Inhaling, and then side step, opening, and exhaling down. Now, as we get more acclimated to moving meditation, we want to start to explore the body's tension holding, because the tension that we bring in leads to stress on the body, often unneeded stress on the body. So for example, let's say I'm lifting my shoulders. That's bringing stress to my neck and shoulders that I'm not needing. I want to relax the shoulders, and I want to only use the muscles that are required. This is a very important tenet of the Eastern practice. Only use the muscles that require, because you don't want to bring in anything that's just not needed or required. It only adds to your wasting of energy. One of the tenets of Taiji Chuan is the efficiency of energy. So therein lies one of the secrets to mental and body well-being, in the efficiency of energy output. I hope you're able to follow, and I hope that your breathing is continuous with the movement. Exhale, sun rising and setting, and bringing the feet together. Exhaling. Trying to refine with each repetition presents a new opportunity to refine the process. Just think about that. With each recycling upon the death, as you rebirth, it presents a new opportunity for refining of your movement and your mental well-being. Now, with the Tai Chi movement, we're really getting into also the endurance of the leg strength. So my teacher would always suggest and encourage us to get as low as you can. Get as low as you can. Let's take a quick break here. Come back to center. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. How does that feel for you? How does just that 15 minutes of Tai Chi movement, Tai Chi moving meditation help you? Does it give you that theta shift? Because remember, that's what we're looking for. When we're talking about the mental well-being, we're looking at one of the aspects and one of the qualities that we're looking at is the brainwave state. And you can only tell your brainwave state by your sense of being and feeling, unless you hook yourself up to a whatever machine that reads the brainwave states. And we're trying to shift into a semi-sleep state, that theta state. And that's because we're trying to relax the body, relax the mind for smooth circulation and growth. And so people ask, well, sometimes you need more energy. Sometimes you need excitement. And that could be the case. This Eastern thought and the Qigong principles tell us that the foundation of the moving meditation and the still meditation is a profound sense of relaxation. Your action and your thought and your speech and your, as I said, action are all founded upon relaxation. So when we talk about mental health and behaviors, we look at behaviors as being reactionary. Do our behaviors want to be reactionary, or do our behaviors want to be responsive? And when we are responsive, we incorporate more of a contemplative framework so as to gather as much information as we can before we respond in in um, in contrast to reacting. And then some will say, well, what about martial arts? You don't have time to think in martial arts. And that's a very, very good question. And it's a very, very engaging journey to go down. How do you deal with martial arts? The secret is in the repetition, the practice, and the discipline. Because yes, you are not um, well suited to survive if you have a thought. So that's where the moving meditation, just responding to whatever defense movement you have to employ to maintain survival. And if you and that too in and of itself is founded upon a state of relaxation, because you can't respond from an emotionally heightened state, and it brings you out of your semi-sleep and your meditative state to um, respond emotionally. Well, that's going to be it for today. I'm really enjoying presenting this material and utilizing this framework of mental health and talking about all these aspects of Tai Chi, Qigong, meditation, and Kung Fu. So I hope you're enjoying it too. Remember to embrace the Wu, and may your Qi flow smoothly.